Now, Matt, I want to talk about an experience that I think many people have today that brings up inside feelings that feel hard to love, which is the experience of watching the news, tuning into the news in any way. And I'm sure you've heard this question in different forms, but there are so many horrific reports, whether it's about the refugee crisis or terrorism. And what comes up, I'm sure it's different in different people, but a sense of tremendous heartbreak, anger at the insanity. How can we use this teaching, whatever arises, love that, to deal with our own responses to tragedy in the world?
Well, one of the single greatest ways that we're going to use some of the recent atrocities in the news as an opportunity to uplift the vibration of the planet and to expand our consciousness so that we can begin living in a world that matches the kind of image that we've always wanted to create. In order to do that, we have to be able to, on an energetic level, look at how we can be different than those that seem to victimize others. For example, if we're watching the news and we are seeing people being hurt and persecuted and victimized, obviously in every human being there's an empathy that can get very consumed in the injustice of that. And yet, when someone is victimizing another, the one who is victimizing someone is disregarding and ignoring their innocence. And yet, when we are so caught up in what we are seeing on the news, we in our own lives are also disregarding our own innocence, and therefore we find a common vibration. So even though it is so heartbreaking to witness these things, and of course the heart only breaks as a way of bursting wide open and awakening a new paradigm of consciousness, when we watch the news on an energetic level, if we were to say to ourselves, may I love the one in me, let me love the heartbreak, may I love the one who sees the injustice, let me love the one who's angered, let me love the one who is confused, let me love the one who doesn't want to be on this planet anymore, may I embrace everything that is arising within me. So as I'm witnessing others disregard the innocence of other beings, may I take that as an opportunity to do the opposite. May I embrace my innocence at a greater level right now than the victimhood that I'm seeing in front of me. And when we dare to allow everything or every moment of victimhood to help us embrace our innocence at a deeper level, we are having less in common with victimizers. We are raising the vibration of our individual realities, which adds to the collective vibration. And of course, because we are all one at our core, the heart that we love sends blessings and love and healing to every heart in existence. So it's as if we are participating in eradicating the need for victimhood to exist on this planet just by loving however we react to the things that we see.
Okay, so if I'm watching the news and I feel, let's say, outraged in some ways,
yeah.
I just feel this thing inside me, and it's a kind of, you could call it like righteous indignation, outrage, and I'm going to go on a rant about insanity and etc. Then I stop, according to this teaching, and I love the part of myself that feels outraged?
Yes, and I would say, given that example, the first loving act when we're responding to outrage is that we give outrage a space to vent. So oftentimes, instead of the outrage needing to be expressed publicly or outwardly, we kind of tune into ourselves and say, let me hold space for myself. Let me say to the outrage, it's okay that you feel outraged right now. You have a right to be heard. I honor your feelings. And please let me know how you feel, as if you are the one the outrage is turning to. Because what happens is that many beings turn their feelings towards the outside world because they haven't learned to be the one that they turn to. So really, yes, we are going to love the one who is outraged, but the first step is turning towards that feeling and becoming the one that it turns to, so that the innocence within ourselves has a place to express that emotion, instead of needing to turn towards the world and overlook the opportunity to really deepen our relationship with our own heart. And as we allow outrage to be felt and to be hurt within our own experience, as a space is created, as that wave of outrage seems to dissipate, whether it takes seconds, moments, or a few days, in that spaciousness, then we can start embracing and loving that outrage like a parent would console a child. But just like a parent would embrace the innocence of a child, the parent has to allow the child to be heard and to cry and to express its feelings before that child can let in the love that that parent is going to send it.